Okay, great. Well, we're going to look at these two properties here, and they're both in Calgary, Alberta, and it's 707 East, 3rd, sorry, East, sorry, 707 3 Avenue Northwest, and 934 5A Street Northwest. So these are two properties here. One is a sixplex and one is a fourplex. Okay, so this is basically the brochure that the broker, which is down here, Joy and Harvey, that they provided. So the first thing we want to do, especially when you're talking about any type of commercial multifamily property, you need the rent rolls and you need the P&L, which is the profit and loss. Okay, so just you got to keep this in mind. All right, so especially the 6 unit, right? The 4 maybe you can get away with it, but the 6 unit right now, because it's a commercial loan for this, if in case you don't have all the money to pay for it, you're gonna need a mortgage on this. So it's a 6 unit. You're gonna and what you can do is you can actually maximize that to 40 years or maybe even possibly 50 years amortization, which is going to reduce your monthly mortgage payment. However, for the fourplex or whatever it is, any type of multifamily unit or any type of investment property, you always want to ask for rent rolls and profit and loss. For one, no one's going to lend onto you on pro forma. Okay, so like when you see, sometimes you'll see this and they'll say, okay, this is how much that you can rent, and then they'll have right beside it, they'll have pro forma, meaning, for example, let's say these units are undervalued right now. So let's say these units are going for, let's say, for example, this year, 934.8. Let's say that these units, the 3 bedrooms, they're going for, I don't know, $2,000 a month. Okay, and that's what performance says. That's what market rent says. But what is the actual property generating? So if the property is generating 1,500, we have to the lender or the underwriter on the lender side will only use the rent roll income to qualify you or this property. Okay, they will not use pro forma and they will not use what market rents is. So this is a preliminary search right now. This is a preliminary just to see if we're going to go on to the next step. But you want to reach out to the broker and you want to get that information. Now, in the event that you don't have this information in the present time, that's what we do. We don't have it. We're going to just underwrite it based off of market rents. Now, that doesn't mean that that's what this property is getting, but this is roughly what, especially close to the city there in Calgary, this is what the potential is on average. This is what these units make. Okay, but to qualify, as I said again, let me reiterate, they use rent roll income, current income, not pro forma and not market rents. Okay, but we're going to have to use something right now to validate this. Okay, so we're going to start off with right here, the 934A. And if you look here on the left hand side, I already put the information in. They're asking 1,035,000, 20% down, 5% interest rate, 30-year AM, and this is roughly how much the monthly mortgage payment is. Okay, so we're going to come over here, and it's 4 3-bedroom units, right? So 4 3-bedroom units, as you can see here in the brochure. So we're going to come over here. We're going to put in 4. And what's the average of a 3-bedroom in Calgary? So let's go here, Google. So into Google, we just search out what's the average rental price for in Calgary, Alberta, and sure enough, it comes up Zoomer. This is the one we kind of use most of the time. So you're going to hit the drop down. You're going to hit what? Because it's 3-bedroom, right? 3-bedroom is $2,185, right? It's 3-bedroom. Let me just double check here. 3-bedroom, 4 3-bedroom units. Okay. So let's go back. 4 3-bedroom units. So we're going to put 2,185 for 3-bedroom on average in Calgary, Alberta. Oh, my mistake. So it's 4. We're going to just go over here and it's 2,185. Okay, there you go. So we have, this is how much the monthly gross income on this property is right now off of market rents. This is not actual, okay? So this is in the event, well, when we get full strength, this is what can be generating, okay? 5% vacancy. We're always going to put 5, a minimum 5% to 10%. Okay, so now we move up here and we're in expenses. Oh, first and foremost, we got to put our market cap in here. So when you get the purchase, the cash flow analyzer, there's going to be a document there. It'll tell you pretty much every province and every city and every state It'll tell you roughly what the market cap is. That just basically means whatever that cap rate is in that specific area. This is on average, this is what the market cap is. So what we want to do is we want to get a property that's above that market cap. Okay, so there's room for improvement, and there's room for additional cash flow in the future. Okay, because if we buy above market cap, and then that means that the property is in good shape, right, in terms of investment. Okay, so we're going to put market cap on that, and this is in Calgary, Alberta. I believe it's 5%. Okay, units, there is this is what is this again? This is a duplex. It's a quadplex, so 4 units, right? So we're gonna put 4. Okay, so it's $337.50 a door based off of this price. Doesn't mean we're gonna use this price. So once the price is put in here, this automatically calculates for you. This does it for you. Taxes, insurance. This is a given. No other. You can't get away from this. This is a must. And all the other expenses can vary, but these are a must. So you can use. We just use 1% on that. As a rule of thumb, and insurance is 0.007. So this is the amount. Why you essentially want to, if you want to use these numbers, you just copy and paste it over into the blue area. So we only fill in blue cells, okay? And so what I like to do is, if I don't have that information, I'm just going to give you a percentage, right? So I'm going to come down here at the very bottom. It says manually add expenses. So usually what happens is when a property the tenants are paying for utilities, anywhere from 35 to 40% of total operating income, right? Of total income. So, but if you or the landlord is paying the tenants, the utilities rather, it's roughly between 45 and 50%. Okay, that's realistic number. So if we don't have all the numbers at this point, again, we can narrow it down. So once we determine if this property can cash flow, we're going to obviously just dig deep down, do our due diligence, and find out these two properties, exactly what the payroll is going to be, if there's payroll, and how much it's going to cost for snow removal. And when you get that P&L and all that information, they're going to provide that for you. Okay, so we're going to start off. It's already 5%. It's automatically by default. Okay, maintenance and repairs. So you're going to need this. I mean, it's a given. Okay, you have to add that. How about management? Okay, well, it's if you don't live in Calgary, you probably have to find a management company, right? So that's going to be another 5%. Okay, so let's add 5% on there. All right. So right now we're going to be manually adding it. So we have already 10%. So right now, do we know if the tenant is paying utilities? Let's have a look. It doesn't say anywhere in this brochure that tenants are paying utilities. Okay. So again, this is something, it doesn't even say that in here. Yeah, it doesn't even say here. So I'm going to say, for most part, a lot of people do pay utilities. So we're going to do is we're going to say the tenants are paying utilities for now. Okay. So we have 10%. So we're going to need to add at least 35%, right? So we're looking at 20%. So we're going to put in 20%. That'll bring us up to 30%. Let's put 25 just to be conservative. Okay. To be more realistic, rather, 25 plus the 10 is 30. So we have 35% in expenses going in right off the bat. Okay, so we have a gross income is 99,000. Remember, our vacancy, we have to put a 5% vacancy. That's why it's giving us 99. Okay, total expenses off of the almost 100,000. You're having $36,000 in expenses. That's everything. Okay, that is taxes, insurance, and everything. All the taxes included. We're averaging it out to be 35% right now. Let's look over here. We're going to scroll over. Is it in a cash flow? No, this property is not in a cash flow, right? Monthly or yearly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our cash flow maximizer. This is coined. This is specifically for this spreadsheet. And what it does is it's designed to extract as much cash flow out as possible. There's 2 ways of doing it. Basically, we either increase our income of the property or decrease or reduce our expenses. That's it. If you got to do one of the two, okay? Or you buy really low, right? And sometimes people, they want to buy 80% of the value. That way, so when 5 years comes along, you're able to refi it, and because you've already paid 80%, you paid up to 80%, so you already have the value there, okay? So right now we're going to go raise rents by law. By law, you're allowed to raise it 2.5%. So we are going to raise it 2.5%. Okay. Laundry, you know, it's a fourplex. I don't know. I don't know if there's laundry. 0. We're gonna put a 0 there. Okay, we're gonna leave that 0. And then from here, parking, 4 units. I think there was a picture here of the back here. So see, it looks like there's parking here. So that may be the charging for parking. There's parking. You see in the picture. So they may be charging for parking. So I'm even going to say, let's say $10, just for the sake of this, $10 per unit. Okay, so that's $40 a month. How about a pet fee? Yeah, I'm always going to put a pet fee there because this is a very good way of generating income. Is a pet fee, and it's $100 a month. Dogs only, no cats. Okay, and damage fee, pet damage fee, $100. So that's in the event they damage the property. It's just like a security, right? Like when you rent an apartment. Tenants pay utilities. We have established, yes, we are energy efficient lighting. Now this is reduce expenses, so we got to reduce expenses to increase our cash flow, right? So look, we're in a negative 4,000 still. Okay, so this is not a good investment property as so far. How about lower interest rates? So what you do is you're just going to check this off to show that you did it. You're going to come up to here, lower interest rates. Okay, we're at 5%. Can we lower it? No, I don't think we can. Okay, 5% is pretty good. You might be able to get 5-year fixes because this is a residential unit. You can maybe be able to get 450, maybe 460, something like that. How about energy efficient lighting? No, it's not going to do too much. It's only 4 units. The common areas are maybe not that bad. Maybe if you want, you can put in 3%. Let's say 3% once you change all that. So we're still at negative 3,000 per year. Not very good. How about increased down payment? Sure, we can. We're going to click that. Make sure we did it. So say at least we did it. We're going to come over here to increase down payment. We're at 20%. Okay, remember only fill in blue, right? So 20%. So it's going to be, let's say 30%. Let's move over here. Let's see if we're cash flowing. Okay, there you go. So we by putting us 30%, we're in the cash flow already, 5,450 a year. Okay, how about self-maintenance? No, we're not going to self-maintain this. Okay, we're going to get them to pay, so we're going to say no, so it stays intact. If we said yes, this would just remove the 5%. Okay. So if I live in Toronto or in Ontario and this is in Calgary, obviously I have to hire a company to do it, right? Or someone to do it for me. Rent guarantee programs. This is a must. I have to say you have to do this on every single property. And if you put in yes, and see if you look over here, it put in 5.5% as the rent guarantee in the expenses section. And over here, it put in the amount. So what that does, it just means, look at this. We're in a cash flow of negative $296. But keep in mind, so what this rent guarantee program does is it ensures this company, if you pay them 5.5% of your total gross income of here in this case it's 8,959, they will cover in the event that someone loses, someone is doesn't pay their rent, loses their job, whatever it is, and hopefully, and if you have to evict them, they'll pay up to 1 year of rent for that vacant unit. And in the meantime, while they're doing that, they're trying to vet it, try to get you a new tenant. They'll do all of it for you. They'll screen the tenants. They'll check the credit rating. They'll do everything because they want to put a good solid tenant in there, right? Because they don't want to pay. So they want to make sure they're going to do all that for you. So you don't have to do any of that, which is amazing. And they're going to pay you up to 12 months. And they're going to pay you for an attorney in case they have to evict a person. And they're also going to pay you up to $10,000 in damage. So in case a tenant, a disgruntled tenant destroys your property or ruins it or does something, they'll pay up to $10,000 for repairs. Okay, so must have for any investor, especially in Ontario. Okay, and I have to double check to see if we even do it in Calgary. I'm not even sure if they'll do it up there, but we're going to put it in there just for the sake of this. So if they have a vacancy, now we don't need this because vacancies, the whole idea for vacancy is that if you're going to if you have a vacant unit, you're going to use a surplus of money to pay for it, right? So now 5%, we don't need that because it's guaranteed, right? We're paying for that. So put a 0 on that. So what are we at? We're at a cash flow of negative 286. I'm going to hit enter. See what happens. There you go. From negative $2 to $5,000 profit. Okay. Because we don't need the vacancy. So that money is going to this company, right? So essentially we're paying that company as a vacancy. So now we're at 5,000 a year, 396,000. Not too good to me. I don't think it's a great deal. So we're going to hit yes for this, right? So we're going to hit yes, and for reduce offer price. So this is the big one here, reduce offer price. We're going to check it, and we're going to come over here. Sorry, we're going to check it, and we're going to come over here, and we're going to go, how about, they're asking 1.35. Well, it's not worth 1.35. So what about, let's put in 1250. How about that? The worst case you can do is I'll put an offer in, right? I mean, send out an LOI, which is letter of intent to the broker. Say, listen, I'm thinking about purchasing property for 1.25, and that's it. And so you put in the offer in. It's there's no obligation. You don't have to buy it, right? It's just an offer, and see what happens. So if you come up here, we're in a cash flow of $9,572 a month. Okay. So and let me just double check something here. Yeah, so we're in a cash flow of 9,572, and we're at 25. Now, actually, look at the expenses now. We're at 25. We added the 5.5, which is the rent guarantee, plus 5, right? So 25, 30, 30, 40, 40.5% we have in expenses. That's pretty high, right? So why don't we reduce these expenses to 20%? There we go. So that's a little bit better. So obviously, once you establish this building, once you get the rent roll and everything and the P&L, you'll be able to really narrow this down really good, because it may not even be 20, 25, and we're looking at 30% just in regular expenses, as not even counting the rent guarantee, right? But this is going to make you sleep at night, right? This is going to allow you to make sure that that no matter what happens, that rent is going to come in, and you're going to get get paid. So this you cannot remove. Okay, it has to stay there. So right now we're at cash flow of 14,000, monthly profit of 1,000. So is this a good deal? I don't know. It's up to you. I mean, this is something to consider. How about, why don't we see if we can? Remember, we need 30%. So we're going to need this property. You're going to need 375,000 to get this property, right? Secure this down payment plus closing costs. So let's scroll down here. We're going to scroll down, and I'm going to show you. This is a beautiful thing about this. It calculates everything for you. So there you go. So we got 4 green lights. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So once this is all 4, once these numbers match up, we're going to get a good deal. Green light. So in terms of profit, now it's up to you to determine if cash flow of $14,000 a year, but just over $1,200 a month, is good enough for you. Okay. So you're going to need, with closing costs, legal fees, lawyers, land transfer tax, all that stuff. Total on closing, you're going to need $386,232. In the event that the seller will accept 1.2, and you drop 30% on this. So where are you going to get this money? Do you have this money? 386,000. Do you have it? If not, maybe you can take a home equity out. Maybe you can use your stocks. You can use an RSP. You can self-direct it. So there's a number of ways of doing it. Reach out to me, okay? You can reach me at guaranteedrate.ca. You can email me at glenn@guaranteedrate.ca. You can also secure this analyzer here at guaranteedcashflow.ca, right here. Okay, so that way you can pick this up. This is the easiest, the fastest way of analyzing a deal. Okay, and by playing the numbers, you can actually determine what's required. Okay, so again, we don't know if there's any value add. So estimated cost of repairs is up here. We don't know, right? We don't know. You have to talk to the broker. You have to ask them. You have to get on the phone. You have to do due diligence. Find out, okay, what it's going to cost me. It's going to cost me another, I don't know, 10 grand. Let's put in 10 grand. Okay, put in 10 grand. We come down here, it automatically calculates it for you. So now it was 386. Now it's 396 right here. Okay, so this is what you need on closing. Okay, this is what you agree to sell the price for. This is the number of units. Remember, if the green is above if the deal cap rate is above the market cap, it's a good deal. If the monthly profit is in a profit, if the cash flow is in a profit, it's all a good deal. And plus the 50% rule. All right, so this is a good deal, but you're going to have to come up with at least this on closing. And again, there's a lot of ways of doing that. Reach out to me. I'm a mortgage broker. I'll be able to assist you in getting that information. I am a specialist in investment properties. There's a lot of lenders out there that do some creative stuff, but we need to pre-preview first before we do anything, okay? And you need to analyze the deal. So what you're going to do is this. Like, let's say, for example, you find a property. You analyze the deal, just like I just did, and you save it. And then you say, okay, and then you book a call with me. And when you get the analyzer, there's be a link at the bottom, and you'll be able to just scan it or link there, and you can book a call with me directly. So once you find a property, you go, oh my God, I like this property, Glenn, and I might be able to take some money out of my investment property, but I don't know. Can you look into it for me? Sure. Book a call with me. I'll underwrite a deal for you. I will investigate the deal after you've analyzed it, like with this cash flow analyzer, and bring it to me, and we'll jump on a call, and I'll analyze your financial situation and see how we can get you this property. Okay. All right, let's move on. Property 2. So property 2, we're gonna go. So each spreadsheet, you're allowed to analyze 2 properties on side by side. Okay. So we're gonna go to property 2. So property 2 here is a 6-plex. It's 707 3rd Avenue. So and this asking, it's a 6-plex. Two bedrooms, it's four 3 bedrooms and two bedrooms. Okay. So we're gonna come over here, and we are going to add this information. So first of all, property is selling for 1.7. Again, guys, we're going to put this in, but it doesn't mean we have to give them this money, okay? Doesn't mean that, right? You have to negotiate. You have to do what's right for you. We're going to put in, now this is a commercial deal, okay? Because this is 4 units, it's above 4 units. Anything 5 and above is commercial loan. Okay, so we're gonna have to get a commercial loan for you. Now, the benefit of a commercial loan is that we can extend the amortization. So it's always easier to get a property that's more units. Okay, so down payment, we're gonna put in. You're gonna need at least 30% down. Okay, that's gonna be the minimum, pretty sure. All right, 5% interest rate. I might even be able to get lower. Okay, but the most important thing here is this, guys. It's the 40-year amortization. So that's going to big time reduce your monthly costs. Okay, so what is it here? So it's going to be two bedroom. So we're going to put in here 2, and it's going to be 4 3 bedrooms, right? Yeah, 4 3 bedrooms, 2 2 bedrooms. Okay, so what is the 3 bedroom? So we already saw what the 3 bedroom is, right? We already did the research, right? 3 bedroom is $21.85. So we're going to put in here $21.85. Okay, but we need to know what the 2 bedroom is, right? There's 2 bedrooms. So let's come up here. We're going to come back over here, and we're going to go down here. We're going to scroll down to 2 beds, and it's 1778. So 2 bedrooms is 1778. 1778. Good. Oh, sorry, I put it in the wrong place. 1778. This is a 0. And we hit enter, and automatically calculates it for you. Okay, so it's 2 bedrooms. This is what the number is. 4 bedrooms. This is what the number. This is the total monthly income. The total yearly income. Let's put a 5% vacancy in here. There. So this is, we have a $7,000 surplus in case we have a vacancy. Say someone's not there. Okay, it's not rented, whatever it may be. Okay, we come back to the expenses, right? So we're going to come up here again. This is six units. Yes. 5% is roughly Calgary's market cap. You're looking at you're paying about $283 a door. We can use these taxes, but we're not going to use these taxes. So what we're going to do is this: we're going to put a percentage in here. So management fee, yes, absolutely, 5%. We're going to put that automatically. We're going to put the same. I'm going to put the same expenses here. Okay, I know it's a couple more units, but we're going to put the same expenses. Okay, 20%. There we go. So right now we have 30% in the 30% in expenses. Okay, which is still a little low. Okay, so 140 is your net your gross income. Total expenses is 44,000, and your net operating income is 95. Now these expenses could be good enough. This could be good enough, right? We're not going to add anymore, but we are going to add that guaranteed rent, the rent guarantee, which is going to add a 5.5% here. We have to, because it's the best thing to do. Okay, so what we're going to do is this: we're going to move it over here. We're already in a profit, look, of 27,000, right? And we haven't even added anything more. So right away, we all know this is a good deal. Okay, but we're gonna have to add some more expenses to this, but we're gonna offset it with maybe a higher down payment or lower purchase price. Let's go here, cash flow analyzer. Increase revenue, reduce expenses. Okay, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna raise the rents 2.5%. By law, we can do that. So laundry, we're gonna say 0. Parking, I'm gonna put $10. Okay, you can charge $10 for parking, and that's 6 units, so that's $60 a month. pet fee. We're going to put one pet. There's 6 units, but there could be 5 pets in there for all we know, right? But we're going to put one pet, and that's $100 a month and $100 security deposit. That's a one-time charge, okay? Everything is calculated individually. So this is a one-time charge. It doesn't get added to the monthly. It gets added to the doesn't get added to the yearly, rather it gets added to the monthly cost. Everything is done for you, okay? You just have to add the numbers in the proper fields, and you're good to go, okay? Tenants pay utilities. So the tenants are they going to pay utilities? Yeah, we're gonna say yeah, okay. And again, if it's not, you're gonna have to increase expenses, okay? But again, that's due diligence. That's after we do it. Are we gonna reduce or we're gonna add a percentage to our utilities, energy efficient lighting? We did, so we put 3% on here. This is a $6. It's actually even bigger, so we are gonna leave it at 3%. Lower interest rates, again, we can't really do anything with interest rates, about 5%. Actually, a commercial loan, we can probably get it even lower. I'm thinking I'd even get it to 4.75. I'm going to put in 4.75. Okay, 4.8. Okay, so it rounds it up. Okay, 4.8. So we're going to put in 4.8 because I think we can do it on a commercial side. All right, increase down payment. We're going to increase the down payment. So right now we're at 30%. Let's leave it at that 30% right now. We'll see. We'll play with it. Self-maintenance, we're not going to self-maintain this, right? Because if I was to purchase this property, we're going to have to hire a company to do that. So self-maintenance is there, 5%. Management fee, 5%, and 20% in other expenses. Total, 30% total, but we are going to put a rent guarantee in there. This is a must. Okay, it adds the 5.5% here, as you can see right here, and the cost associated. But what we're going to do is this. What? We're going to remove, let's see what the cash flow is first. $25,880. So we're going to come over here to our vacancy. We don't need this. We don't need it, right? Because we're guaranteed we're going to have rent. We're going to hit 0. And let's see what the cash flow is. 33. So 28 to 33. Big deal. Big jump, okay? And we can sleep at night, right? So not bad, right? Not bad. How about reduce offer price? Yes. I would say never offer exactly what they want. Okay? Always try to get in lower. So what's the number? I'm thinking 1,600,000 is the number I'm thinking. Let's just say hypothetical. Let's have a look. 37,000. So we went from 33 to 37. I think it was, right? Let me just double check. Let me undo this just to see, just to double check. Yeah, so 33 to $37,000 a year. That's about $3,000 a month. Okay, now you gotta look at it this way, guys. $3,000 a month, right? You're right. You can sleep at night. You got the rent guarantee in place. Can you essentially pay your monthly mortgage with $3,000 a month? Depending on where you live, depending on how much your mortgage is, that could cover your whole mortgage. So buying one investment property, right? So let's say, for example, we were to buy this property. Let's say, for example, you needed this to buy this property, 1.6, but you need 480,000, right, as a down payment plus expenses, right? So plus closing costs, land transfer, all that stuff. So you're going to need, and we'll see all this number. Look, just scroll down right here, and it tells you what it is right here. Property 2, right here. Now we can go side by side. See, now you can analyze both properties side by side. Okay, well, oh, that's just cool. All right, property 1, we're generating 14,000 a year. Property 2, we're generating 37,000. It's 4 green lights, meaning good deal. If it was 1 was red, it would say bad deal. Okay, so this is the criteria that determines if it's a pretty good cash flow property. Okay, 6 units. This is how much per unit. This is how much your offer price is on the property. And this is what you're going to need on closing. What's required for closing? So you need about 500 grand. Do you have a property that has 500 grand, where you can take your money out? Maybe you have 200 grand in savings and you need another 300. Maybe you can take a equity pullout. Maybe you have some stocks. You can use 50% of that as your down payment. You can self-direct your RSP over. There's a lot of things you can do to secure that money. Okay. Secure that down payment. You can go joint venture. You can do all kinds of things. All right. So maybe it's reduced the offer price even more, right? So we have 1,600,000, but maybe this property is not. How long has it been on the market? How long has it been on the market, this unit, right? So you have to look at all those things. How long is the market? Sometimes they don't show it here. If I go to realtor.ca, they should show it. But right now, we're just not going to do that, right? Just because we're just kind of analyzing this. But if it's been on the market longer, longer than a couple months, I'm pretty sure they'll take anything, really, right? Let's say they go at 1.5. Oop, my mistake. Let's say they go in at 1.5 million. What is the cash flow? There we go, 41. Okay. So again, this will depend, right? This will depend on what you want to put in. If you have more than 30% down, you're gonna need 450,000 as a down payment plus closing costs. Do you have this? I don't know. So maybe versus going to be 35% down. You need 525. So you can see how it works, right? You're gonna put more down payment, and you're gonna see, okay, am I happy with this cash flow? I'm happy with $45,000 a year. That's 3,752 a month. That's going to cover you pretty much your mortgage. So if you can somehow secure this money, this down payment, this money here, you're living for free, right? Because you just purchased a $1.5 million property, right? So you got to think about it that way, right? You borrow, you somehow get this money, but now you're living rent free, right? This particular property is paying for your mortgage and some of your expenses. Okay. Do this once, do this twice, do this 5 times. Think about it, right? Again, you're going to manage this out. You got management in place. You're paying 5%. You're paying, you're paying a rent guarantee program. You're paying these people to monitor all these expenses. And if the expenses are a little bit lower, then you're going to increase the cash flow. But you won't know until you get the rent rolls. Okay. So right now, look at this side by side. Which is a better deal? Well, obviously this is a better deal, but you got to outlay more money, right? You're going to need, oh, what happened here? Uh-oh, something happened here. Must have happened here when I was adding that information. Just let me see here. There we go. So 524, right, was the amount. I must have put it in wrong. Yeah, there you go. So we're going to click up here. We're going to go, I think it was 1.5, right? 1.5. There you go. We're going to scroll down. Yeah. So guys, I mean, this is one of the master copies, so I can change certain things. And if I touch this, it may change, but on yours, you can't. Okay. So if you by chance you click on this and you start typing, it won't change it because it's locked. Those are locked. The only thing you can actually add on here are everything in blue. Anything else you tamper with or you touch, nothing will happen. Okay. So, but because this is a master copy, I have full rights to do or change. So when I touch this, that's why by accident I put the information in the wrong place. Okay, so this is what you need. You can 462 to close on this, but they have to, again, the seller has to agree to 1.5. Why not? Right? You say if you got 1.5, I'm gonna buy this property. I'm gonna put 30% down, and maybe they'll take it. Maybe they won't. Maybe they won't. Right? You go back and forth. It's negotiation. And again, if the expenses are a little bit lower, once you get the information and you start actually managing the property, you might be able to cash flow more than $3,000 a month. Okay, so that's it. So we analyzed both deals side by side. This is obviously, to me, this is the better deal, but there's a little more outlay and profit, right? So closing costs and so forth. So what? We need 396 to secure this. We need 462. So you need another, 65,000 roughly, just over 66,000, something like that, to difference in money. But look at the difference in cash flow. So obviously this is a better property, right? According to these numbers, right? And again, that's something that if they agree to pay to sell it for 1.5, right? So you can get your cash flow analyzer here, guys. You also have a vendor take back. So if you in the event that let's say this person, they're selling these properties and there's no debt on them, okay? So they're basically free and clear. You're going to negotiate with the landlord, saying, okay, I'll give you an example. So the landlord, let's say this in this case that we offer them, let's say 1.6. Right, and we agree the vendor take back is going to hold back 500,000. Let's say they hold back 500,000. You're going to give them interest rate of 3%. Down payment, you're going to put 20%. This is to the bank. Okay, so the bank is going to need a mortgage of 880,000 because remember, you're buying this at 1.6. The list price is 1.6, but you agree to the seller. Listen, I can't really afford 1.6. I want to buy this property. Will you be the bank for 500,000? So they'll take $500,000 off. Now the new mortgage is 1.1, and you're paying the seller He's the bank right now on this amount, 500,000 for 1.1. So the down payment is 20%. So this is what you're going to need going to the bank. You're going to need 220,000. Maybe it's a cash equity cash takeout your bank, right? Now and so what happens is here you got a mortgage term. Mortgage term is going to be 30 years. Could be 40. Let's put in 40. Right? And we're going to do this at 4.75%. There we go, 4.8. And we have here, first mortgage payment is this. Your second mortgage, this is the seller, right? They agreed to hold back 500,000. This is what your monthly mortgage payment is. So this is what your essentially your cash flow is per year. So now we're going to come back over here. It added all the information, as you can see, side by side. Okay. So yes, this is vendor takeback on property 2. This is what the information. We did a vendor takeback on this. Now, based off the $500,000, remember, the benefit is this. You are putting in 200 and you're getting a profit of less cash flow per month. Yes, you are, per year and per month. However, the cost per door is less, and you need less to qualify. Less to the offer price is this, and so you're going to need less amount. I'm going to have to add this information in here, but you're going to need less to secure this property, right? Because right now on property 2, you're going to need 462,000 to close on this property. Down payment, taxes, maintenance, insurance, all that stuff. You're going to need all that to close. But with the vendor take back, now the price point is different because your offer price is 1.1. It's easier to qualify with a bank, right? Because now to a bank, you only need to take a mortgage out for 880,000 because the sellers, it just secured it for five. They've reduced $500,000 off of it, right? So it's going to be easier to qualify. You got a longer year amortization because it's a commercial property, so this is the result. Again, you can change it if you put a more down payment and so forth. But now you only need 220,000, right, to buy this property, plus obviously the expenses. So I'm going to fill that in, guys. I'm going to just add that information. So make sure that it's going to populate here for you, so you can see it side by side for both of them. But this is just a feature that I just added, the total required at closing. I think it's important, and I just added that recently. So I was going to add the formula here, and it should calculate everything for you, okay? So you're going to need less for down payment. It's going to be easier to qualify at a bank because you're going to need less money, but you are going to take a little bit of a hit off of the monthly yearly cash flow. But now you secured the investment, right? You secured the investment. The investment is a 1.5, 1.6, whatever. In 5 years' time, let's move back up here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, look, the 5-year cash flow is going to be, if you go with number 1, it's going to be this. 5-year is going to be this, okay? And it's obviously going to be different for the seller financing as well, a 5-year cash flow and so forth. So this is the cash flow analyzer. I know it's kind of hard to see. Let me zoom it out so that way you get a bird's eye view. There you go, okay? So this is basically what it is. You can kind of just open this up on your big screen just like this, right? You don't even need that on the side if you want. And you can do side by side. So you can go scroll about side by side. So there's not much scrolling. You can kind of just look at back and forth. And you can kind of get a bird's eye perspective as to how this property is working or not. We're going to scroll down here, and we have our target rate analysis, and we have our rules of thumb. So in case you don't have all the expenses, but you want to use the rules of thumb, you just copy and paste these numbers up there. And the 5-year forecast. So if you're thinking about a 5-year return, if you want to sell it in 5 years, if you want to refi the property out in 5 years, these are all the information, the numbers that you can get, the projected numbers, and everything in blue is what you can change. Let's say the 3% increase, you can make it 5%, you can make it whatever, right? And that way it kind of averages out, okay, in 5 years, this is what it could be. And that's how we got this information over here, okay? It automatically calculates everything for you. Just fill in what's in blue, which is not very much, and then you start manipulating it. You say, okay, I think I'm happy with the 14,000. I'm happy with this cash flow. Okay, let's put an offer at 1.2. Maybe I'm not happy with this. Okay, let's put an offer at 1.1. Let's see what that works out to. 1.1. Okay. I wanted just over 21,000 a year in cash flow. This is the number. Let's put an offer in. The worst thing they can say is no, right? But again, keep in mind, you're going to need the 333,000 plus the closing costs, which you're going to need 349 down here. Okay, right here. All right, guys, I hope this helps. This is basically a versus a Canadian property, two properties in Calgary, very, very close to each other. Okay, and again, this has to be confirmed with rent rolls, profit and loss to make sure. And maybe the expenses could be lower, and that means you're going to increase your cash flow. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. Share this with friends and family and everybody. If you want, tell them where to get this. You can get the cash flow analyzer at Guaranteedcashflow.ca. And more importantly, if you want to purchase a property, just do something like this. Make a copy, come up here, file, make a copy. You can make a copy and just call it whatever you want. Usually you're just going to use the addresses of the properties. Send book appointment with me. You're going to be a link here as well in the bottom here. There'll be a link where you could how to get the money. Okay, so you come here, how to get the money, and then there'll be a thing here where you're going to there you go, and then you can just, there's a couple of videos of me doing, I've actually a budget that I use to help a client who wanted to buy a pool. Came to me, they wanted to buy a pool, get money for to buy a pool. After talking to him, I eventually said that you actually could afford to buy a pool, a new home, and turn their home into an investment property. So there's all kinds of stuff that we can do, but I need to analyze your information. So you're going to come here. You're just going to scan here, strategy call. This is me here. You're going to scan this or click the link, whatever you prefer. It's going to come to our what do you call it? It's going to come to. I'll just show you what it comes to. Actually, it's a Calendly appointment schedule, and you're just going to pick the what you want and what day you want. Book a 15-minute call. Sorry, it's taking a little bit longer than expected. And then you just pick up the day and time, call, boom, and then you just book a time to talk to me, and that's essentially it. Okay. So if you find a property, make sure you save it. Right. Come back here to save it, and then we'll book an appointment, and you show me the property that you did, how you analyze the deal, and then we start looking at your financial situation step by step, and then we'll see if we can get you that money to close on either one or any other property for that matter. Okay. So hope this helps. This is another great example as how you can analyze two deals side by side, and I hope you enjoyed it. All right, till next time.